What's up, ladies and gentlemen? James Roldan here, fourth year medical student, and at the time I upload this video, I'll be 2 weeks away from graduating from med school. So I'm already out of the process of applying to med school, so I know the big picture, but not too far out, as I can still instill some words of wisdom to all you youngins. So in this video, I'll be giving 5 best pieces of advice I can give to somebody applying to med school here in the United States, plus 1 bonus tip at the very end of this video. So you'll definitely want to stick around for that one. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's begin. Tip number 1. Focus. Not only focus on whatever you want to do, but especially focus on the MCAT. Because if you don't get a good MCAT score, well, the rest of the stuff that you do doesn't really matter, right? For better or worse, scores are looked at as a benchmark to see if schools will even take a look at your application, because there's just such a big volume of applicants applying every year, and each time there are more and more applicants. And so there's pretty much an arbitrary mark as to how much volume of applications these committees are willing to read. So laser focus on the MCAT. I've seen a lot of students who are working 2 jobs at the same time and doing all these other extracurriculars, which is great. If you're able to do that, props to you. You're a genius. I don't know how you can do it, but especially when you're in that dedicated time studying for the MCAT, those few precious months, don't waste them. Laser focus to do your very best, because with that, the rest comes into play. That leads me to tip number 2, schedule your classes for maximum success. The whole pre-med college experience should really be like a war. You need to have your battle strategy and your game on, plan accordingly for success. So a big mistake that I saw a lot of my peers make who were pre-med and that gave up is that they took very first semester, first year of school, biology, physics, organic chemistry, all at the same time. And obviously those are very time demanding, very intense courses. And by week 1, they would get burnt out and already give up. So please ease your way in. Just take 1 major course like biology for the first semester. See if you can handle that. And if you can, great, add more things to it. But if you think that's enough, well, good thing you're taking it slow, because you can always add more stuff to your schedule and make it even more busy, but it's harder to make it less busy once you're committed. Don't burn out easily. I don't know if it still exists, but ratemyprofessor.com is also a great resource to look at professors to see how they are like, what the vibe is, and to see if you have to choose in between 2 different professors. Well, you may choose this one instead of the other one. Obviously, take all these comments with a grain of salt, just like when you read reviews online. But generally speaking, do your homework. Ask upperclassmen what they thought about this professor, what they thought about their experiences with taking these classes in your institution. Strategize to maximize the success. And then there's tip number 3, integrate your skills with medicine. We each have our own gifts and talents, and sometimes they don't really seem to match up with medicine, right? But this is where you come in and use your creativity. Whatever you're good at, whether it's singing, dancing, public speaking, sports, you name it, integrate that with medicine. For example, when I was a pre-med, I was, and I guess still am, very into video editing and doing lots of work with my camera. So basically what I did is I went to Brazil, where my mom's family is from, and I did a 30-minute documentary in the heart of Brazil. Subtle plug, I'll leave the link up here and also in the description. And I was able to integrate my passion for cinematography and also show how I shadowed in Brazil, and came up with a thesis of a sort of how medicine was like in Brazil, and contrasted that with the US and the US healthcare system. But it doesn't have to be that elaborate. I mean, if you're good at sports, volunteer at a shelter where you can help out, I don't know, children in low-income communities. Maybe you could give a talk of how important physical activity is for health and to maintain a healthy lifestyle. There's so many things you could do. Literally, the sky's the limit. All it takes is for you to be creative and integrate whatever you're good at together with medicine. That'll give you a lot of stuff to talk about during your interviews, and that'll give you a lot of great content to write about when they ask you to write essays about your experiences. Who knows, maybe you'll just fall in love with the experience and make that into something grand that you'll carry away for the rest of your life. Tip number 4, build up relationships with potential letter of recommendation writers. This is very, very, very important, especially in bigger colleges with bigger classes like biology, where there's like maybe 200 people in the room. It might seem hard to really bond with your professor because there's so many people, and you may be thinking, how do I stand out? How do I build this one-on-one connection with my professor who may or may not write me a good letter? A really good tip is to attend office hours, to share your personal experience, show that you're motivated, show that you're very interested, and not a lot of students actually do that. Professors will notice, and you'll be able to establish that one-on-one connection with your professor or mentor. And it's not a one-time thing. You have to keep on going, keep showing up, because really you need to give the letter writers good content to write about. And usually these experiences, these bonds really happen over weeks, or if not months. My pre-med advisor in college was very much into Broadway and musicals, and hey, and I'm into that too. So we bonded over that. We talked about non-medical stuff as well. We had many moments of just like laughter, and at the end of the day, we established a great friendship, and he was able to write me a great letter of support. And I hope you can do so too. So keep showing up, show that you're motivated, and the people who can write strong letters of support for you will naturally be there. And that's a great segue for tip number 5. Surround yourself with people who can support you. Whether it's family, whether it's friends, whether it's spiritual counselors, literally anyone who can help is anybody who can help. And by the way, this will carry on to medical school as well, which is very challenging, very tough. You need any support that you can get, because the whole process of getting into medical school and beyond is really a roller coaster. Physically, emotionally, spiritually. You really need somebody who you could open up with. You need your tribe to really be there, because it's really not a one-man show. At the end of the day, all the little things that people do to help you out, whether it's somebody who could help you with cooking or even with a positive word of encouragement, all these little things will add up and make a huge compounding difference at the end of your pre-med journey. And bonus point number 6, never give up. There will definitely be a time, if not many, many times, that you'll be feeling alone, you'll be feeling like you can't make it, and that the grass is greener on the other side. Maybe I should have pursued another career. Maybe those are valid concerns, but if you don't give up and you stick to it, that's already half the battle, and the rest will come into play. Many people that I know personally had to take the MCAT maybe more than once, or maybe you had to take a course again because you failed the first time. That's not the end of the story, ladies and gentlemen. After the evening, the morning comes. And if you have faith that things will work out, they generally will work out. Maybe not how you envisioned it the first time, but things will work out.
What does it mean?
It means never give up.
I personally have faith in God that whatever happens, He has the best path for my life. And if you have that same sort of principle to ground yourself on, I believe if all hell breaks loose and if the odds are greatly against you, you will still rise from the ashes no matter what, and you'll be able to achieve victory. And I wish that for each and every one of you watching this video. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you think. If you have any other tips, please share it in the comments below. And if you have any other suggestions of content you want me to make, let me know as well. And as always, until next time.
What?